I'm going to talk to you today about self-improvement, motivation, and people skills. As a very young person, we were a very poor family. We had nothing. My father never owned a home until I helped him get it in the later years. Our family knew that we had to work in order to have any spending money or to help with our clothing, whatever. I went to work at age 11 in a bakery, cleaning pots and pans and helping the baker. And they started at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was there, and they were paying me 10 cents an hour. And that was $4 a week, 40 hours. Only problem was they didn't tell me that they worked 60-hour weeks. So that was my first job. And I went from there, and I've had a job continually or something going on for revenue my entire life. And people have asked me, said, well, what motivated you to be successful? And I said, it was not the desire to be rich. It was the fear of being poor. I was poor. I knew what poor was. I provided for my own needs. My parents gave me a roof over my head and some meals. And the rest of it I did on my own. Not because I felt that I had no choice, but it's just the fact that I felt I wanted something better out of life than what we had. And I wanted the opportunity to help my folks. I wanted the opportunity to help my brothers and sisters. We were a large family, 7 kids. We all knew we had to work, and we did. And I developed a faith in God, and what it means is that you cannot outgive God. Every time I've given something to someone that was a need, it always came back to me tenfold. There's no way you can outgive God. So my motivation was the fear of being poor, and from there I continued to do that, and I got through my schooling. I went to the university and finished the university in 3.5 years. I took a semester off to buy my dad a car because he didn't have a car. But then I went back and finished my degree. Then I went into the military and served time for our country and became a veteran. Then I came back and I went to work. And from there I've managed to save a little bit of money, and I got started in business, and it was very, very, very a weak start. Basically, the facilities I started in were very inexpensive, and the business that I went in, I had to buy used machinery and equipment. But I kept putting the money back in. I didn't take any out. I kept doing my other job and supported my family off the other job, and instead of going out when I started being a little successful and buying cars and boats and luxury items, I had to continue to put the money back into the business. And the business grew, and it became a very large business in time, over like 40 to 50 years. So now I'm just suggesting to you, all of you, no matter what your beginning is, no matter what your circumstances are, if you're willing to work hard, and if you're willing to save and not be foolish with your spending, there's always an opportunity out there somewhere. And it can come in any form or any size. But the motivation factor of our lives comes from those people who help us along the way. There is nothing that I did personally that made what happened happen. It was the people that I worked with. Everything's a people business. And if you don't have the people with the ability and with the same vision you do and with the same intentions you have, and if you don't treat them right and they don't care about you, then you're not going to do as well. I always felt like you take care of your people, you pay them well, you care about them, you consider them family, and you learn to respect and love each other. And I must say that I've been so blessed by working with such good people, people that cared, and people who would do for me whatever they could do because they knew that they would be rewarded for it. And always acknowledged when they did something good and gave them credit, and credit outspoken. And you know, if you go around and you say all of the great things you've done and you've accomplished, that's going to sound like bragging, and it is. But if you work hard and someone else says those things about you, then that really has an impact, because it's not coming from you as an egotistical attitude. It comes from the people who know you, that realize what your intentions are and what you're made of. And I really care. I really care about my people. I no longer have my companies, all of them, but I still have some. And the people that I work with, I still feel them as equal. I've never looked down on anyone. I've never mentioned to anyone about success. I don't talk about myself. I just want to help other people, and I think God has given me that ability. So I'm saying to you that don't be a braggart. Don't go around and touting your accomplishments, whether it's in sports or anything else. Don't be motivated by the feeling of importance. Be motivated by your caring and your loving of your heart and your gratefulness and your thankfulness for being able to have accomplished what it's accomplished, because you don't do it alone. Nobody can go through this world alone in any way. You have to do it with someone that you work with and that you respect, and they respect you. So my suggestion is, if you want to get ahead in life, say a lot of prayers, be very careful in how you spend your money, try to save some money, and then look for an opportunity, because there's a lot out there. That opportunity might come in a lawn service, or giving a growing in a farm community. It could come from any form. There are people who make good money out of cutting lawns, or trimming trees, or being a plumber, or being an electrician, just any form of trade or education. Some people become teachers, whatever. But don't forget that anytime you can help a person, whether it's in teaching or in business, or doing a favor, or helping an old person, or giving something to a charity, or working at the charity, all that makes life a lot greater. And it also leads to success, because success is not measured in monetary means or holdings. It's measured in the heart. And if your heart you feel fulfilled, then you are successful.